They're jealous that my hair stands up. But first, please help my humble channel to grow. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any combination thereof. Why? Well, 'cause you're beautiful on the inside and on the outside. That's why. So as y'all know, they will have these directed conversations around us, which is part of the whole mind control, the victimization, targeting, abuse that they do. And before, well, at my previous residence, where it was just a one-story apartment complex, bachelor apartments, they would come by my window and have these directed conversations. And my hair will stand up sometimes literally like this without me even trying. I'll wake up and it'll be almost straight standing up. And so they were sitting there saying, well, my hair stands up. My hair stands up like that too. I'm looking at myself. Can't we have anything that white people don't have to have? And I don't tend to make this an issue, you guys. Most of the people that target me are white. Are white. They know it makes them look racist, so they brought in some blacks from Denver, particularly at the homeless shelter. They brought in some blacks. They brought in some Native Americans. They brought in some people of color because it just, even to them, the shame of, oh my God, all of us white people are ganging up on this one dude who's black and Native American. It makes us look like trash. It makes us look like scum. It makes it look as though within our very genetics, we're evil. We love to prey on people of color. We're just evil. So they had to bring in white people. And I tend not to make a big issue of the fact that most of the people targeting me are white. Cheyenne doesn't have people of color. They have some, a small, like the state of Wyoming is like less than 2% black. I think it's over 80% white. And then they have some native population, and maybe 2 or 3% Native American, and then they've got some Latinos. I don't know what's the Asian, but it's almost all white. I don't make an issue of that hardly ever, but some TIs, particularly white TIs, when they happen to be targeted by a lot of black people, because like me, they're living around a bunch of black people, so most of the people targeting them are black. They love to make an issue about it as though black people are bad people. It's just where you happen to live, that's all it is. But in my case, because they were commenting on my hair, I thought, well, can't we have anything that white people don't have? Do they not understand that black people, our hair has a ton of body. Our hair will stand up on end. And for people like me who are black mixed, my hair would normally be curly, and I'm fine with having it curly. I don't have an issue with that. But I wind up having to force it back and to force it to kind of be a little more relaxed because my hair is long. I cannot cut it until a certain prophecy that the Lord said is fulfilled. I told him I would not cut it. So my hair would be like this, poof, if I don't force it into a ponytail, force it back, but it'll stand on end. But I couldn't, as I was listening to these two white men talking, I was like thinking to myself, my God, we can't, white people, and this doesn't apply to all white people. I understand that. I'm not saying this applies to all white people, but I couldn't help but thinking, can't we have anything that white people don't have? They even want the texture of our hair. They want to be able to say that they can, their hair stands up too. But it's not even so much of a white black thing. To a certain extent it is, for the reasons I just told you. But and I don't get into this a lot because it's prideful for the TI. But many times there is a lot of jealousy against us by the agents of this program because they're all having to focus on us. And who the hell are they? I've had them say that around me. Some TIs, oh, well, that was just direct to cover. No, they meant it. Why should we attack him? Who's he? Why should we be targeting him? He ain't nothing. They're jealous that so many of them have to put attention on us. They're literally jealous. Even though it's negative attention, we don't want it. It's intended to destroy us. Many of them are literally jealous because they have to put so much attention on little old us. And they're right. We ain't shit. I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody, but I'm called and chosen. And 1 Corinthians chapter 1 says he uses the weak things of this world to confound the strong. I am weak. He uses the foolish things according to this world to confound the wise things according to this world. And I am foolish. He uses the things that are not to bring to naught those things that are. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1. And what that means is he brings the things that the world looks at, people like me, the things that are not. Most of my life I lived as a gay. I'm on welfare. I don't even have a wife or children. Those things that are not, things that the world will point to and say, you're nothing. That's what that meant. Things that are not, to bring to naught things that are. The things that this world considers to be big, important things, like money and status and this kind of garbage, he will use the things that the world considers to be nothing to bring to nothing, to bring to naught those things that they consider to be important. So the whole thing is so confusing, particularly for the people participating in this program. On top of that, most of them do not want to be participating in this program. They have been coerced. One big reason is that the military-industrial complex, the deep state, intercept everybody's texts, everybody's emails, everything you do online. If you've looked at CP, if you send out a nude picture, if you've messed around with a sex worker, if you've cheated on your wife, they know about it. They know about the phone call, the text, the pictures. They know everything associated with it. And they will release that in the public, online, so that of course it'll be anonymously, so that your wife, your parents, your pastor, your boss, your coworkers know about it. That's one of the ways they've gotten so many people to participate in this program, and they cannot stop. They don't want to be doing it, but they've done something wrong and they don't want it to go public. Yes, some of them, they give a lot of poor people, they'll give them gift cards, and there's other things. Some of the higher ups, the chief handlers, they actually will make a nice living doing this. That's not typical. That comes out of something called a black budget, where they don't have any accountability for where that money goes. And it's huge. The black budget, trillions of dollars goes into the black budget. And it's all missing. Some people say that's what caused a certain thing on a certain day in September to take place, was so that one building would be dropped that was nowhere near the towers, and that had all of this information on this black budget. It was like missing $1.5 trillion that the deep state spends on stupid programs like the TI program and stuff that they do overseas, and overthrowing, they call them color revolutions, where they overthrow leaders in other countries so that they get a leader that can be controlled by the US. That's all black budget money. And so the building that, for no apparent reason, this building came down that had all the information on this black budget money that just went, poof, it just went, disappeared. 1.6 trillion? Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I send my love out to all y'all beautiful born again TIs. God bless.